On this episode of West Chicago Mountain Railroad, let's take a look at what's inside this MTH yellow RailKing box. Now, I'll give you a hint. It's a scale Santa Fe engine, and it has the war bonnet scheme. So to find out more, well, keep watching. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you watching. Now today we're going to take a look at a Santa Fe engine that I picked up from trains.com. Now I've been looking for this particular model for quite a bit. It doesn't come up all that often, and it's something that only MTH has made. They've made it in Premier and they made it in RailKing scale. Lionel, as far as I know, have never made this model before. And what we have here is the MTH RailKing scale Santa Fe FP45. Now, this has been reviewed already online, so I don't tend to do a lot of extended reviews for things that you can already find, on YouTube. So I'm just going to go over some quick details, and then we're just going to run it and have fun with it. So keep watching. Alright folks, so we're just going to go over a few little details. I'm not going to go in depth on this. My buddy Ravenhawk already did a full review on this as well as the Marsk version, so there's no reason to kind of go in depth. I just want to cover a few quick details on this. This is the RailKing version, however both the RailKing and the Premier are both scale size. So this is a full scale engine. There's no semi-scale here. Now, they did make a few adjustments on it, so the inside axles are just dummy axles. They, there's no flange on it, so that way it can take, smaller curves. But other than that, it is actually pretty well detailed, especially as far as MTH goes, because even MTH, when it comes to semi-scale stuff, or even the RailKing models, they just do a really good job at all of the details and stuff like that. They don't really cut corners. They're going to give you a nicely modeled detail. Sure, it's missing a few things, more or less in the front than anything, and we'll go over that really quickly. But for the most part, this thing, it's got the Proto Sound 3, it smokes, it's got all the bells and whistles, it's got the lights, it's got the same command package as the Premier version would have. So all in all, this is a fantastic model from MTH. Okay, so really quickly, I just wanted to show you one thing. So the headlights up here are mounted on top, which is correct. However, you can see that the front headlights are blocked off, and this was done basically to save some money. So those should technically have headlights. Now, the prototype of this had both headlights and top lights, and you'll see sometimes where they've actually blocked off this top headlight and they just use the front nose headlights on this. So is this a big deal? Not really. If I wanted to, I could go in here and just mod this and put some headlights in there, but for the most part it's perfectly fine. It doesn't really bother me. I just wanted to let you know, in case you do see the front of this, why it looks like that. But it does actually have these number boards. It actually does have lit marker lights as well on top. I mean, for all intents and purposes, besides missing a few little things, I mean, this is about as close to Premier as you're going to get. And with a great price to go along with it. Alright, so before we start it up and run around the layout, I just want to show you something really cool. Now, some of these engines obviously have these stacks on top, which are just a pain in the butt to get smoke fluid in, right? They have these small little grates. And I bought this used, right? I didn't buy it new, but it's almost never been run. Whoever had it took care of it. But it looks like they made a little bit of a modification here. And what they did is, it looks like they unglued or somehow got this top off, because this shouldn't come off that easy. But let me tell you, it makes things a whole lot easier to get the smoke fluid down into the funnel, into the reservoir, than having to actually put smoke through this tiny, tiny little grate. So now the only downside of this is that it doesn't sit on there by any force at all. I mean, it just kind of lays on top of there. So, if you put it back in the box or something like that, you got to make sure that this thing is on there, and I would probably take it off and put it in a little baggie or something. But for the most part, it's going to be on my layout, or it's going to be on one of my shelves, and it's going to be upright, so I never have to worry about that. But this thing makes things a lot easier when getting smoke fluid down into this engine.
This stop is Albuquerque.
Be careful on the step. Have a nice day. Thank you. May I take your baggage? Ticketed passengers only. Let me help you.
Now departing for Kansas City, on track 2, train number 18, the Super Chief.
Pardon me. Hurry up now. Be careful on the step. All aboard. Is she ready to go? Sand bins are topped off. Compressor checked out A-OK. She's in good shape.
folks, well, that does it for the quick review and running of this really cool Santa Fe FP45. Again, really excited to have this in my fleet. I never owned one before, so it was very new to me. Plus, I really like the look of it. It's got that kind of E8 body with that, kind of freight-looking, SD front end. Just very, very happy with it. And hopefully I can find another one, or even find a premier version as well to run with this Santa Fe War Bonnet edition. With that said, everyone, really appreciate everyone watching the channel. It is still growing strong, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. I have plenty of reviews. I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know that you're happy with my content. And don't forget to hit like and leave a comment as well. Whether or not it be positive or criticism or anything else, I'm open to making this channel fantastic. And if I'm not showing something correctly, hey, just let me know. Again, I'm very open and casual about stuff like that, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting a good value out of this channel. One other thing, don't forget to check out my podcast that I do with another gentleman, Matt Trainlover, and we've just recently added Johnny from the Automus Train channel. You can find all their information on the podcast information page, which I will, or is always posted in the description of all my videos. So please feel free to check that out. And with that said, everyone have a wonderful day.